It's hoppy and it's sweet, and
it could also be triggering the other IPAs that we've had. I mean,
yeah,
in a matter of like an
I'm
hour.
I'm here, motherfuckers.
This week, we're celebrating National IPA Day 2024. This is episode 143 of The Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Malting Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Malting Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to The Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
Brandon, happy National IPA Day.
Happy National IPA Day to you too, my friend.
Now, granted, when people are hearing this, it's no longer National IPA Day. But when we're recording it, it is National IPA Day. The first Thursday of every August. I did not know that until today.
Really?
I mean, there's like, National Beer Day and National everything else day. And is there a National Pale Ale Day?
I mean, I would hope so.
We need a producer to look shit up for us.
There's a national, because I think there's a Stout Day, right?
There's got to be.
Yeah.
Somebody email us and let us know. We're taking live calls right now. If you know, please give us a call. Call the Malting Hour hotline. What if this was a live podcast? How terrible would that work for us?
Yeah, right. Like, See, so maybe there's not, because I looked up National Pale Ale Day, and the only thing don't use that coaster. It's going to stick to the bottom of your cup. It just said National IPA Day.
We need to ratify that. There needs to be a National Pale Ale Day. Anyways, so I wanted to do an IPA, or do another IPA episode, because it's been a while since we've done one, and I tried getting all West Coast IPAs. Not happening. It was not an option. So, Brandon, cans in front of you if you want to tell everybody what we're drinking. Also, I need to start bringing my reading glasses with me.
We're drinking Thru Meatballs. The franchise expands to Idaho.
That is the full title of this beer.
Yeah.
It's from Pipeworks Brewing here in Chicago. Let's see, Idaho, packed with super tropical hop aromas of papaya, guava, and tangerine. This is one of our favorite beers in the whole dang series, and we're thrilled to bring it back. Yes, it's the name of the beer. No spaghetti is not included. I've had one of I don't know if I've had this one, but I know I've had a Thru Meatballs before from Pipeworks.
What if somebody made a beer with meatballs? That would be...
I don't want that.
That would be the worst decision ever.
Should we do that?
No, absolutely not. It would just be funny if somebody bought this, assuming that there's meatballs on the can. It's supposed to taste like fucking meatballs.
Why does it taste like marinara when I'm taking a sip? Open it up and it smells like orange juice and papaya.
I was expecting either meatballs or fucking potatoes because it says Idaho.
I didn't know it was about the hop Idaho 7. What the hell?
Now I got this shitty floral stuff in my mouth.
I don't want this. Dump it out. I was having dinner in a can.
Not salty enough.
The artwork on the can is ridiculous. It's very funny. I take it you've not had any of these before, the Thru Meatballs, or let alone this one.
No, I didn't even... Was that a series?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah. I'm going to look up and see which one I've had. Hopefully I checked it in, which is a good chance I haven't, because I don't really check in beers these days. Oh, I've had this one.
Yeah.
When did I have this? I had this back in January 30th, 2021.
Okay.
In my old Holes lager glass.
2021?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been around that long?
They brought it back. Yeah. And actually, so real quick, my review on it at that time, because I already taken a sip, so I already have a different take on it. Yeah. I said, bit of a hot burn, good, not amazing.
Ooh.
It was very harsh. I gave it a 3.5 then.
What's nice about this, it looks like it was canned on the 24th. Of July.
Super fresh. Yeah. Super duper fresh.
So, it literally a week today?
Just about. Yeah. Right now, I am not getting what I said from that original check-in, which was hop burn, which is that little bit of stinginess from the hops, and also just leaves like a weird taste. It is very hot. It's hazy. It's a hazy IPA. In fact, it is. I thought I got like lower ABV beers, but apparently I didn't. We do have a triple IPA at some point tonight.
What is this one?
It's an Imperial double.
No, it's the ABV.
I know. It's 8%.
That's
child's play when it comes to this show. What do you think of this, Brandon?
I enjoy it, actually. It's...
You wanted to make sure everybody knew that you were drinking it.
Yeah. I am actually sipping it, so it's legit. I like it. I didn't know... Does it say in here? No, because it says Double India Pale Ale, so I was just, expecting... I wasn't expecting a hazy.
I forgot.
But I like it. It's a thicker mouthfeel that I kind of enjoy, especially with these bigger beers. And I think Pipeworks does that pretty well. I mean, it is super hazy. And the hop aroma is fantastic on it.
It's amazing. Like that was when I cracked. I wish I would have cracked open the can on mic because it was like a rush of hoppy, fruity goodness.
And there's some good lacing on my glass. I like that.
We're bringing back those descriptors too. Like
there is no hop burn.
No,
it's a pleasant aftertaste.
This is a good burping beer.
Yeah. Oh, I took like a big gulp right away, and then I was burping. I keep saying too, so
that's all right.
It's great. It's great for a podcast.
Listeners have gotten used to our not posting an episode, burping, smacking our lips, saying
our inability to be coherent and talk like we know what we're doing.
Hey, but it's a wild ride for everybody, including us.
I don't want to say it's reminiscent to me of like orange juice.
Okay.
Without the orange, like it's got that feeling to me. It feels like I'm drinking when I
like body feel too.
Yeah,
or the body,
mouthfeel and stuff like that. It like it makes my body feel like orange juice. It's kind of got that that feeling, and I'm almost feeling like I'm getting pulp. I know I'm not, but like it's
there's no hot particles floating.
It's really interesting, actually. I wasn't expecting that, and then when I went in for this sip again, I'm like, I was trying to think of what it reminded me of. I'm like, kind of reminds me of orange juice. Now, because before this, I was drinking I had some of the Blood Cushy.
Yes, everybody, it's still on tap.
The Blood Orange Cushy, and it's like so similar to that in mouthfeel, it's on the other spectrum of like the hoppiness. That one's like super sweet, and this one's super hoppy. So yeah, that's why I was like, why is it so familiar? I'm like, that's what it is.
So what sticks out or stands out to me, I took another sip and kind of swished around my mouth. Like at the very end, it reminds me of when, and this is not a knock at the beer. It's kind of a nice thing. Kind of reminds me. I noticed in that last time, you have a full bottle of Crown Royal just sitting there.
Yeah, I think that's one of my nephews brought it for Christmas, along with the absinthe.
Well, we got to do an episode with those. It kind of reminds me of, when you're tasting, when your beer's done fermenting, when you're home brewing, and you take a sip from it, you can still kind of get like that fresh hoppiness from it.
Yes.
That is not you're not like, oh man, I really want that taste. This is like a dulled down version of it. Like, to me, it just tastes like really fresh. I guess that's kind of what I'm going with. Like, that's what it reminds me of. It's really good. I really like it. Again, I forgot it was like a hazy beer. Sorry, it's not like super ice cold either. We kind of waited to open this one up.
No, but I mean, it drinks really well, even being a little warmer than you'd want it to be. But yeah,
I like this. I wish I'll have to be on the lookout for if they do this series like minus like if they're doing other hops. You know what I mean? Because I did see that there was the other drive-through meatballs, and I thought maybe that I did, or that I had one of the other ones. I guess maybe this one stood out to me at Beer on the Wall because I've had it before. 3 years ago.
So if you were gonna give this one some meatballs, so I know you checked it in before. I don't know if you looked at what you rated it.
I did. I had already said what it was.
That's right.
I'd bump it up a little bit to like a 3.75, maybe 3.8. I really like it. I'm bummed that I let it warm up maybe too much. Probably could have popped it in the fridge when I got. Ooh, excuse me. As I'm burping though, I get that nice like hazy IPA burp. Where you can still taste all the fruitiness from the hops. Like a 3.8. Like as far as like hazy IPAs go, it's good. I drink it again. I think I'm kind of missing a little bit of the sweetness that I come to expect from some hazy IPAs. Not to say that this is like bitter, but I really like the mouthfeel on this. So, Brandon, how many meatballs are you gonna give this?
I'm in the same area. I was thinking around 3.75. So
excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Thanks for picking that up. It's not one I've had before, so I like that. And I think I kind of looked at the other cans. I don't think I've had any of those either.
This is the only one apparently that I have had. The other ones I have not had. I will also say about this beer, the drive-through Meatballs, the franchise expands to Idaho. It's tricky with hazy IPAs because you can never, not never, but I think it's tough to tell when it's a higher ABV. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those. It does not drink like an 8% beer.
No.
Like it's very easy to drink.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
I'm terrified.
But I'm also, I'm like looking at the can and thinking about it. Like, but this is like the perfect pour. You know, if I went into a place and like a 10-ounce pour.
Well, because also you mean you're not a huge hazy IPA drinker anyway.
No, but I enjoy them when I have them. But like 10 ounces, I think would be my max on this.
Yeah,
like,
I don't. 16 ounce of this, maybe super ice cold. You know, not super ice cold, but like colder than how we had it. I could probably drink through it just fine. But yeah, this is a perfect like split can between you and I right now.
You gotta just shotgun one of these.
Still haven't shotgun a beer.
It'll happen.
It's gonna happen. Do you want me to grab the next beer?
Sure.
Normally, that means you have to talk now. So
yeah,
I'll be right back.
Yeah. So Tony's grabbing the next beer. Going on in the background because we're celebrating National IPA Day. We're watching the Titans and the Bears.
There's a half a watermelon in here.
Oh yeah, there is. We're watching the Titans and the Bears game. Right before we started recording, Bears scored a touchdown, so that was kind of nice. It's nice to have this in the background and just kind of watching that. And I kind of should have set a timer to see how long it takes before Tony cracks open the cheese balls.
Oh yeah, we're getting close. I almost did it before we started. Ooh, I'm gonna crack.
We were at Sam's Club the other day, and I wasn't gonna get him, but we walked by him, and Benjamin just stops and he like taps it, and he's like, "We getting cheese balls?" And I was like, "What?"
That's the second Benjamin cheese ball story on this podcast.
He's like, "I love cheese balls." I'm like, "Okay." And then so I grabbed him, and Becca's like, "Oh, are those for the basement?" And as soon as we got
them done,
as soon as we got them home, I forgot what we did for dinner that night, but
cheese balls.
No, but then Benjamin was like, "Can I?" Like every time after dinner, he's like, "Can I have a treat?" I was like, "Sure." What do you want? He goes, "How about some cheese balls?" He's like, "All right, man."
Man after my own heart. Oh yeah, so I jumped in. Cheese balls are so good. They're so addicting.
Yeah,
so addicting. And I was at Costco yesterday, and I'm glad I didn't see them because I probably would have grabbed some. I did, however, grab the 35-pack of the Kirkland brand seltzer water for I think it's $10, man. 35 cans. Can't beat that.
Is it flavored seltzer water?
Yeah, there's 15 lime, 10 lemon, and 10 grapefruit.
Okay.
That's how I get through my evenings.
Nice.
I'm doing the whole let's not drink during the week thing, except for the podcast.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I was successful earlier this week, and before Wednesday, and not drinking during the week. So
yeah, I think last week I didn't drink at all, except for we were out in Upper New York for a funeral. We ended up going out to dinner, and we went to a place that it literally felt like Hop Leaf out there.
Oh, really?
And it was all Belgian beers, and they had like
I gotta go back to Hop Leaf.
Yeah, they had like mussels and all this other like really good stuff. And you could order like brat platters of like different bratwursts and sausages and stuff. But anyways, they had quack on tap.
Oh, nice.
My father-in-law couldn't remember if he ever had one. He's like, "Oh, I think I'm gonna order one." I was like, "I'll get one with you." So that's what we had.
I haven't had that for many years.
What I was gonna attempt to do, but we just we were there. It was such a short trip. Was one of the bars out there somewhere like on tap? They had Heady Topper.
Oh.
And I was like, if they have it on tap, I'm wondering if like the liquor stores carry it around here. So we were gonna go look, but I know people go in droves to buy cases of it from the brewery. So in my head, I'm like, Maybe that's where the only place they sell cans. I don't know.
Hey, the place you sent me in Philadelphia, the Monk's Cafe.
Yeah.
They had it in cans, man. And that's what I had when I was out there.
Interesting.
About a year ago, yeah. It's delicious. I had a lot of good beers there. Thank you for that recommendation.
So maybe they did have it. I don't know. But we never made it. Just time kind of ran away from us. Because I was like, I'm gonna bring some back. And
that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
That would have been real nice. It's been I was gonna say it's been a while. It's been a year.
Okay, I looked it up. I think the last time I had it was like, I don't know, 2020 or 2021, something like that.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember where I had it. I have to look up to check it again. But anyway, we're on to the next beer.
Brandon, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Radio Silence, a red IPA from Maplewood Brewing.
There we go. Radio Silence. I was trying to remember the name of it. So when I saw, I think I saw when they released this, which I think is pretty recently. And when I went to Beer on the Wall, I was like, oh, great. Yeah, this is very recent. There's not many check-ins. 7 people have checked it in total. I'll read this right now as well as I can without my glasses. Crafted with the timeless combo of Simcoe and Centennial hops, which is a great, that's the old school IPA combo right there, which perfectly enhance the roast and toast of the malt. Expect sticky notes of citrus-covered pine with hints of stone fruit and honey-slathered toast. With each sip, embrace the silence and let the flavors speak for themselves. Ooh. It is 6.8%. It's a red IPA. I don't remember the last time I've had a red IPA, so that kind of stuck out to me because I kind of wanted to... Once I realized I couldn't get all West Coast IPAs, there was a black IPA that I almost grabbed too. I should have done it. And I'm pretty sure that was Illuminated that had a black IPA, so I have to remember that.
Just because it's on there, this one was canned on the 25th.
Wow, I am grabbing the freshies today. This is like, for me, one of those best of both worlds situations. That was another great catch by the Chicago Bears. The color of it reminds me of like an amber ale, but the taste of it is straight up like hoppy IPA.
Yep.
And the description is 100% spot on. This is delicious. There's like, I don't know. This is like really good. This is really good to me. This is hitting everything that I want.
Yeah, very well presented. When I poured it, it said red IPA, and I was like, okay, I wonder what it's going to look like. And it does look. It's got that deep dark amber color. It's got a malty aroma and a slightly hoppy aroma. But I'm getting like a big hit of, when you drink it, you're getting the malt. That's what I'm getting, and then the IPA is kind of. Or the IPA, the hops are kind of secondary, and they're not as strong. I feel like the malt kind of carries this, but I can see that. But it's fantastic to me.
For me, I think it's actually like a balance.
Yeah,
there's that word. Like, it is a nice balance of because I get what you're saying about the maltiness, because that is like the first thing that kind of hits my tongue, and then I get like this nice fruity pininess. On top of that, such a good IPA.
Yeah.
This is great. The combination, I mean, Centennial. Oh, I gotta burp again. Sorry, I'm trying to talk through this. I'm so sorry, everybody. That was so gross. Simcoe and Centennial hops are old school hops, and they're a great combo. It's a great, just straight up IPA combo. When hops, I was gonna say when hops are used. I swear, I had no drinks before I got here. Maybe that's my problem. But a straight up IPA with that hop combo is so good that having it in a red IPA is so tasty. And like I said, I don't remember last time I actually had a red IPA.
I don't know what other red IPAs are out there?
I can't think of. Is Unicorn Blood from Pipeworks a red IPA?
I don't know. I'm gonna just do a quick search on red IPA.
I think it might be. I know when Mike and I were first getting into brewing, that was one of the styles that we did, I think, really early on. We call it Red Riding Hood.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Clever. We're so clever. Let's see. Unicorn Blood. That is it's a red. Unicorn Blood's a red ale. It's just an amber. But Pipeworks makes things hoppy, so.
Sierra Nevada, have you had Flipside?
I do not think so.
It's a tropical citrus red IPA. I feel like I may have had that before.
This is really tasty. I want a 4-pack of this. And it's not necessarily, it's not necessarily like, excuse me, an IPA that I'm like, oh man, I want an IPA. I want something that's like refreshing and, you know, hitting all these citrus notes, whatever. This is like an IPA that I'm more like, ooh, I want that specific flavor. I want that specific profile that this beer has, which is that maltiness, a little breadiness, the sweetness, and then the citrus, fruity, pine, all that. Like it's pretty incredible, man. I'm thoroughly impressed. I really like this. And not that I wouldn't expect anything less from Maplewood. That was not a complete pass, everybody, just so you know. Going back to what I'd said originally, the ball did bounce off the ground, so it is not a complete pass.
Founders also has one.
Who?
Them. Redonkulous. I've heard of it. Don't know if I've ever had it.
I think I've had that.
Oh, that's what it... So, the Pipeworks one, Imperial Blood of the Unicorn.
Ah, so I was right. There is one of a blood one. Makes sense.
I've definitely had that.
Yeah, for sure. I've had that as well. Yeah, red IPA is not a popular style. I kind of wish it was. Like,
it's got its own category on Untappd.
yeah, I wish it was. I wish it was a more popular style. I feel like it was a more popular style maybe like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
IPA craze still going strong. Regular IPAs before. Oh, hello, Aggie. You should be napping, little girl.
Where are you?
I am bummed that I did not grab the black IPA. Now that I'm looking back at how good this is, that would have been a nice follow up. Like to have some. Well, maybe not a follow up, but maybe towards the end, like a nice roasty black IPA. Another style that I wish. More breweries. I look. There was a couple of black IPAs that I saw too. So I feel like some breweries are kind of going back into that. He just wants to be with you, buddy. That's so cute. Yeah. Overall, I think that this is a delicious beer. Brandon, how many radio dials? Fuck.
I was wondering where you were gonna go.
How many radio dials are you giving this one?
I'm gonna go like 4-1, 4-2.
Yeah, I'm 4-2. I'm 4-2 on this.
For the style and what it says it is, man. I'm loving it.
I love it a lot.
Yeah,
like, I really like it. I might see if I venture out this weekend and see if I can grab a 4-pack of it just to keep on hand to have one on the weekends, man.
Just meander over to Maplewood, see if they got it on tap.
Fuck, he's right. I should. Yeah, I mean, Maplewood's always cranking out good beers. This is delicious. I really like it a lot, and I hope more breweries, decide to venture out and doing some red IPAs.
Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew. I'm sure you guys have done it. When's the last time Old Irving's done a red IPA? Have you guys done a red IPA? Have you done a red rye IPA?
Would you like to do a malting hour red IPA?
You should, Matthew.
Yeah, we're not a band.
Yeah,
but we like collaborating.
We'll stop, collaborate, and we'll listen. No, exactly. Overall, fantastic beer. I think it's a good way to start this National IPA Day episode. And I don't know where we're at, but I feel like it's a good time to hear a word from one of our sponsors.
And we're back.
Welcome back, everybody. It's National IPA Day as we're recording this. Hope you guys had a great National IPA Day. Hope you drank a lot of good IPAs. We're still watching the Bears game, and as of right now in the third quarter, they are up 21-17, and the Bears have the ball. Looking pretty good, even though it's just a Hall of Fame game. And that's okay. It's just nice to see football back. Brandon is tuned into the game right now. Oh, there's Caleb Williams on the sideline.
I'm just watching.
I don't care about this episode anymore. All right, we are drinking Wakey from Jester. Sorry, I normally throw it. You know what, Brandon, what are we drinking? I normally throw it to you. I apologize.
We are drinking Jester King's Wakey. It's a New Zealand-style India Pale Ale.
Give me that taste. Is there a date on there?
6/25.
Okay, so it's not that old. Did you take a sip of this already?
I did.
Did you smell it already too?
I did.
Okay, I'm going to read the description of it. I have feelings about this. Motueka and Nelson Savan from Garston Farms in southern New Zealand are driving the boat. And, oh God, your one hand Hard Wake from Jesus. Hard Wake from Going Overboard. There's a surfer on the can. Hard Wake from Going Overboard, but who cares? Just commit to the ride, and if you get soaked, so be it. Juicy tropical hop character with a bright citrus undertone makes this an all-day beer perfectly suited for a hot summer day. What did we write this? For decompressions. Texas malt and New Zealand hops. What more can you ask for? Limey, spicy, piney, tropical haze. All right. I'm glad to actually, it's 6.7. I'm glad to hear that one particular description.
Limey?
No.
No.
Spicy.
Spicy? Yeah.
You know why? It was a blind taste test, Daniel. Hoppy Saison.
I can see that.
I'm not, like, when I think New Zealand hops, I'm thinking, like, juicy. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I thought. Like, super juicy.
Yeah.
And maybe because that's what I had in my mind, at first I was, like, kind of disappointed. The aroma on it's weird.
Yeah.
What?
It didn't have much at first.
Okay, I get like the citrus lime. There's a spice to it though.
Yeah.
Like a Saison spice.
Yeah, I wonder what the yeast was that they used.
I don't know. This is weird. Is this what all New England IPAs taste like?
You mean New Zealand?
Thank you. Fuck! This is what happens when you don't drink during the weekend.
I don't even know, I didn't know New Zealand style IPAs were a thing.
Well, New Zealand hops are like the big, juicy, like juice forward hops. So if this is the style, you know what?
People have been using them wrong.
I'm going to look up on Googletron 3000 to find out. I won't type in England. Let's see. It's tend to be on the more sessionable end of the IPA compared to the American IPAs. Okay, low bitterness, floral, fruity, tropical stone fruit, sulfur, diesel-like, citrusy, or grassy. Interesting. I don't know.
Because I'm getting lime, and now I'm getting kind of another, subtle fruitiness in the back end. Definitely not, I don't want to say it's stone fruit.
This is weird. Oh, good. AI generated this for me. Beers that are made with at least some of the New Zealand hops and are more often balanced and less bitter than American West Coast IPAs. They're usually lighter in color. Good multi-body that complements the hops that can have an ABV of 6 or less. NZ IPAs can have a tropical note with aromas of floral, fruity, stone fruit with white grape and sulfur diesel-like notes. Other descriptions include citrus, grassy, resinous. Some say NZ IPAs are more sessionable than American IPAs and are very pleasant and drinkable. Huh.
But this is 6.7%.
Yeah.
And who wants sulfur and diesel in their beer?
It smells weird.
Yeah.
I don't like the aroma.
No, I don't either.
As a session IPA, though, taste-wise, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not. The aroma is not good. The aroma is not good.
No, and if we were ever doing a tasting and you had to taste a beer or smell a beer first and then decide if you wanted to taste it, I would say, no, I'll pass on that.
I would say something's wrong with this beer. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that there is something wrong with this beer. It's just my personal preference, my nose at this moment, the way I'm tasting this. I mean, we just came off a malty, citrusy, piney red IPA, took a break, a solid break before we, normally we don't do that. We actually took a break and hung out for a little bit. Going into this is just kind of I don't know. This is weird. Mm-hmm. And it's hazy as well. The smell, I can't describe it. It is grassy, but not I don't know, not a good grassy smell.
No. And it's not I don't know, the description says juicy, and I'm not seeing juicy.
I mean, I get a little bit of that, but it's very subtle. It's at the end.
So somebody checked into this 2 hours ago.
What are they thinking?
Beer on the Wall in Arlington Heights.
Okay.
And they said clean and unique layered flavor. Pretty damn good. And they had it on tap. It looks oh, no, they didn't. It was in a can.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, it's
an interesting beer. It doesn't... I will say this. You said 6.7, right? I think? I said
correct.
We said it.
Yeah.
It's kind of drinks a little bit lighter. It's a light-bodied beer.
Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed 6.7.
Yeah, there is a grassy note to it, even in the taste. And then there's like in the background some juiciness to it. But it's like, you said lime because it was in the description. And I think that's what I can compare that to. Like a juice of a lime, but like not like super, super juicy. But it's like a hint, like a tang. Not like a bad tang, like, oh, there's something wrong with this beer. I don't know if this beer is for me, man.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't go back to this. I would probably try it if it was on tap.
Sure.
Just to see if there's any kind of difference. Like I would do a taster or something like that. But yeah, like, I don't know. I was expecting this to be a lot different.
Yes. This drinks like a fucking Saison, man.
Yeah. Which isn't a bad thing, but
no,
it's not...
Not what I was expecting.
Yeah. And again, if somebody said, hey, all New Zealand style IPAs drink like a Saison, then I'd say, okay.
Yeah, and maybe that's... I think we're probably going to rate this a little bit more on maybe our ignorance of New Zealand IPAs. So I think that's fair. So forewarned that that's how we're going to rate this. Brandon, how many kiwis, the bird, not the fruit, kiwis are you giving this beer?
It's funny that you said that because my first thought went to the bird. Because it's not what I thought it was supposed to be, and I'm not necessarily pleased with what it is.
It's your first time having this beer, and maybe the style.
I'm going to go like 2.9.
Wow. Okay.
3.
Yeah, I'm going 3. I was going 3.
Yeah.
3 for sure. It's just not, if this is the style, okay, not sure I'd go back to it. If this is like the exact representation. Again, Jester King made it, so this might be their interpretation of it, which is fine. I think maybe we need to find another New Zealand IPA for another episode and check it out and see how that compares to this, because I think we will remember this beer.
I want to make it a goal. If we do end up at Great American Beer Fest,
Please send us there.
To try to find New Zealand style IPAs.
Yeah, well, all the breweries and their beers are listed. I checked today. There's a lot of... I was explaining it to Mike, who makes our theme song. Thank you, Mike, who's been on the show once. How that all works. He's like, so you just go through and drink whatever you want? I'm like, yeah, dude, look at this one brewery. You see those 5 beers? I can try all 5 of those beers. He's like, that's insane. I go, yeah, it's insanely fun is what that is. So it's like being able to walk around and try that. I agree. I think we'll venture out and try and find New Zealand IPA.
Yeah, that's going to be on my hit list, definitely.
Ooh, hit list. He's going to shoot at that. Interesting beer. Not bad. My take on it though is 3. So I think we're on the same boat with this. Be interesting to see what Daniel Hip Ups would have thought of this too. Just because
Dan, go get this beer.
Yeah, Dan. Even as I'm burping, I'm getting that like grassy spiciness that I would get from like a Saison, man.
Yeah.
It's just funny because Clark and I failed that blind taste test and said Saison for either a pale ale or an IPA, which was not a New Zealand beer. We suck. All right, Brandon, talk to the kids. I'm going to grab our very last beer.
All right, so we're moving on to the last beer of the night on this National IPA Day. I was going to start talking about rating the different beers, but I want to wait till this last one. I do have a feeling that I know what's going to be in the bottom for probably both Tony and I.
Did I tell you that there's a half a watermelon here?
Yeah. Oh, and my wife just texted, could you bring the watermelon up? Well, because we bought a watermelon at Sam's Club, and then...
I thought you were a Costco family. I feel betrayed.
Saturday night.
Oh, no!
Fumble.
I
Recovered?
don't know if the Bears got it.
So I put Benjamin to bed, and she like cut up the watermelon and everything, and I saw it in the fridge, and then she was like, "Oh, the other half is in the fridge in the basement." I'm like, "What fridge?"
The beer fridge.
And then she goes, "I tried to put it in the one behind the bar, but that one doesn't have room." I'm like, "No shit, that's filled. Like, everything's filled with beer, like
kegs and beer in there."
She's like, "Yeah, it's in the one in the closet." I'm like, and I completely forgot about it, and I didn't realize that she didn't chop it up and like have it in containers. It's literally a half a watermelon.
She's like, "I see all the beers you have from last year still sitting in there."
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a cleaner. That, you know what? That's a good enough episode to clean out Brandon's beer fridge, where it's just a random. We won't even rate the beers. We're just going to talk about how much the beers are good or not. Who knows? I'm pretty sure that that the Bears do not have the ball.
I can't tell. Yeah, no, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. Okay, Brandon, what are we drinking?
We are drinking Hubbard's Cave Triple IPA.
Now, is there anything other information on there? Because sometimes they have it on the side there.
10% hazy imperial ale.
Oh fuck.
Brewed at Unani Brewery.
Hubbard's Triple IPA. Does it mention the hops on there at all?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
What's the, does it have the date on there? Should have
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Okay, you can continue to call me Ghost Rider, by the way. I appreciate that. Let's see. Last time anybody I know checked this in was June 1st, 2023. I have not checked this in. This is 10%. Didn't know it was a hazy. My apologies, my friend. But Hubbard's Cave, okay. I should have cleaned my glass.
Yeah.
I'm getting that same grassy smell from the other one.
A little bit, but I'm swirling a little bit.
Flavor-wise,
yeah.
Absolutely not. Hold on. Okay, there it is. I had to swirl around my glass. It was still on the... Yeah. That's how strong that New Zealand IPA... Oh, my God. Holy cow. Woo.
That's good.
Yeah, it's got that nice yellow, orangish, hazy color to it. Nice foamy white, soapy, like soap type head to it. Oh, man. Okay, so... What are your first impressions? Everybody just heard me go... I'll tell you why I did
that. It's strong.
Yeah, that's why I did that. It's this is drinking,
have you had this before or no?
No. Yeah. This is drinking like a 10% IPA. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. But it has that like, if I were like going home, or anybody who I would see on the street, if I walked out here and someone walked up to me, sir, can you give me directions? Like, dude, it's 10 o'clock at night. What are you doing? Ask me for directions. I think you're going to mug me. I'm like, ooh, have you been drinking? Like, I can. That's on my breath for sure.
It's yeah. And I had a tiny burp, and there's a little bit of burn. Actually, even drinking it, there was a slight... I felt like a slight burn going down.
You think it's a burn from the alcohol or a hop burn?
It probably could be the hops, because, I mean, this is hoppy, man.
You might be right.
It's hoppy, and it's sweet, and...
It could also be triggering the other IPAs that we've had.
Yeah.
We just... In a matter of like an hour...
I'm here, motherfuckers. Let's do this.
What's the timestamp right there? Tell me what the timestamp is right now as we're recording.
37 minutes.
Okay, perfect, because I think I just found the intro.
Oh, it's raining in Canton.
Oh, man. I feel like we're really plowing through this. We've only been recording for 37 minutes?
Yeah.
Gee, no wonder why I feel how I feel. Holy shit. Yeah, it could be like... This could be, conjuring up a little bit of the hoppiness that we've already been drinking. I mean... These were all 16-ounce cans, varying in ABVs, nothing below 6%. 2 6s, 1 8, and now a 10. I'm feeling this a lot. There is a booziness to it. Not booziness. I shouldn't say that. There is an... let's see. Hold on. Let me get better descriptors. Let me take another sip. There's a juiciness to it. Definitely. Fruitiness. A nice subtle bitterness to it, and then there's like this warming alcohol flavor. Oh my god, they're about to get hit with a terrible storm. This game might be holy shit.
And that kick was no good.
Yeah, this game is gonna get delayed, possibly just ending, since it's just a Hall of Fame game. They are showing the Raider on TV. You guys know what we're talking about because you already know what happened. Ooh, man. It's really good, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. If I had this 16-ounce can by myself, I could easily drink this.
Well, yeah.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
I'd be done after the 16-ounce can.
Oh, my God, yeah. You imagine, like, coming home from work, you haven't had dinner yet. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll have a triple IPA. You get, like, halfway through, and you're like, this was a bad idea. I've chosen poorly.
That's how I lived my single life.
Overall, though, I think it's a really tasty beer. I think it's really good.
Agreed. And this is, like, I'm not blowing smoke up their ass, but like Hubbard's Cave is really good at nailing, a lot of their beers, even their adjunct stouts, and like And then their sour program is pretty spot on. And like, to the point, it's funny. My father-in-law, I don't know, I think I told this story, but like we, last time they were in town, my wife and I think it was her sister and her mom, they went out shopping. So me and my father-in-law and Benjamin, I took him to Hubbard's Cave and we went and had food there. And he really enjoyed it. So much so that when we went on our cruise, my wife's parents were kind enough to stay here and watch the cats and take care of the house. And he made his wife go to Hubbard's Cave because he's like, you've got to try he sold her on the food. He said, you got to try the food.
I still have to go and try.
And he's like, they've got a lobster roll. You've got to have the lobster roll.
Which is crazy to have like an amazing lobster roll in the greater Strongland area.
Becca's had it and she loves it. And they still have that. I think it was supposed to be a limited time thing, but they've kept that steak chimichurri thing on there. I've had that like 3 times.
Gotta get there.
So fantastic. But he went back and he bought an assortment of beers when he was there and brought them back down. He's got a group of guys down in Missouri that he hangs out with, and they do like beer and bourbon nights. And he busted out a bunch of the Hubbard's Cave and Unani stuff, and he's like, the guys were just, he's like, they were all loving it, like, that's awesome. Really great. And then when I was at a 70th birthday party, I was talking to like the guy that like runs it. They do it at his house, and he was saying, "Oh man, that Hubbard's Cave stuff, that was like fantastic." And I was like, "You gotta tell me, man." Like, so I'm not surprised that it's really well done and that I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. Also, I know that your father-in-law, I think, has said he has no desire to be on the podcast. But I swear to God, we're gonna get him on here. He doesn't. We don't even need to like interview him. Just be on the side talking about some of these beers. Come on, Greg.
You just have him sit over there and just put a microphone with a long cord and just sit
have him. No, he can sit here like he normally does, or not normally does, but like a guest does, and he doesn't have to say anything. And be like, Greg, what do you think about this beer?
Yeah,
and that's it. I'm trying to make it happen. Next time I see him, I'm gonna be like, you need to be on the podcast. Okay, I don't want to hear any other shit about this.
But yeah, like I said, like props to Hubbard's Cave. Like
Hubbard's Cave always hits. Even their like big pastry stouts that I used to like really love just drinking by myself, especially during the pandemic. I've come to a point where I'm like, I can't do that anymore. They're just very sweet and they're delicious. They're so good. But that's like now it's become a 16-ounce beer that I want to split between 3 people instead of 2 people.
Yeah,
like it's just a lot, but there's so much flavor. It's so thick. It's so good. All their fresh IPAs are delicious when they do like the single hop things. The regular IPAs are good. All of the sours, everything's great from Hubbard's Cave.
Agreed.
And I'm really bummed that, oh man, that storm is about to hit. That the Jester King beer we did not like because I feel like now it's just all Chicagoland beers. We're like, this is great. Oh man, they cleared the stadium. Everybody's off the field. That is a severe storm heading to the game.
They probably moved them all under
absolutely,
because that's what. Just from my old security days. Okay. Are they still playing?
No, this is
okay. Yeah,
so I was like, showing highlights because the field is empty and everybody's out of the stand.
Because that's what we would do at when I did security for the Bears. Everyone would have to get off like the main levels and go into the back and just kind of like hang out there. Mostly if there was a threat of lightning. So I'm assuming that's probably looking at that storm,
radar, I'm like, it's about to be a bad storm.
If it's not lightning, you might have a tornado or something.
Absolutely. What I was saying was that like I'm bummed because now it just feels like all Chicago beers and Chicagoland beers are great, and they really are. So I'm kind of bummed. So I think we need to find, like you said, a New Zealand IPA at GABF. Or if anybody else knows of a good New Zealand IPA, shoot us a message somewhere. Email.
And I mean, again, this is not a knock against Jester King because they're held in high regard.
I've had great Jester King beers. Like again, it might just be the style. Maybe that's just the. I will tell you this. I'm really feeling this beer right now. And I still drove here, even though I'm not that far away. Leaving my car here, coming back in the morning.
Shit, Devin Hester.
Yeah, Hall of Fame now, dude. He made it. He's part of the Hall of Fame. it's the last time that they were able to have him be nominated, and he made it, and I can't believe it.
Wait, why was it the last time?
You can only be nominated 3 times, I believe.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's crazy that it took the 3rd time to get him in there. Like the greatest return kicker, kick return.
Was he special teams?
Yeah, special. And then he did wide receiver for a while, but
Yeah.
like, special teams, man. I mean, Devin Hester's. Dude, remember the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, dude.
Way to start. I mean, we lost,
Dude,
but still.
Dude, when I saw that
Lost my
return,
shit.
I was literally like, first I was like, yeah, I know, I get it. I was like, we're gonna win this game.
Yeah.
And we did not win that
By
game.
halftime, everybody at my apartment was bummed.
Oh man, it was like I was sitting in a ratty old bowling alley, like just watching this, and I remember that. It was like really, I get it. I was like really pissed off. I just got dumped by my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I didn't want to be there, and I was like, at least the Bears are gonna win.
Fuck. That was a bad Sunday for a lot of Chicago people. It was a great start, and oh well, is what it is. Brandon, how many? Because bats live in caves. How many bats? I think you Hubbards. How many bats are you giving this beer?
I'm gonna go 4.5.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, like 4.25, 4.5.
I'm giving it a solid 4. Giving it a solid 4 on this. I really like it, especially for a triple IPA. It is very drinkable. This is probably the most dangerous beer we've had all night. Aw, from the tough like a mother picking up Aggie.
Becca always tells me like, don't do that. And I'm like, every time I do it, she's just like putty.
Yeah.
She's just like, I love it.
It's a great. I mean, with back legs, that's a great way to do it, man. Got to get from the tuft in the neck. I'm. This is a very good beer. I really like it. I'm feeling it a lot, and I'm glad this was the last beer because had we started with this would have been bad news for Tony.
That's what I said. Like you said, should we end with this? I'm like, yeah, probably.
Well, Brandon, that's why I do the show with you. You help me stay in check.
Oh, now we're seeing Hester highlights. There we go.
Overall, okay, so we talked about ranking these.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Let's hear your ranking first. Also, I need to whiz.
Okay. So
everybody.
I'm gonna put Hubbard's Cave first.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm gonna do Meatballs second.
Okay.
The Red IPA third, and then the Jester King last.
Right on. I like that rating. I kind of figured that's where you were going to go. I think this is one of the few times you and I are not on the same page. For me, I'm going Maplewood, Red IPA first.
Ooh.
Loved it. Fantastic. Absolutely delicious. It's a tie between Meatballs and the Triple IPA, but if I had to choose, I think the Triple IPA is beating out Meatballs from Pipeworks.
Okay.
And last, unfortunately, is Jester King. Again, we don't know about this style, and it's the first time we've had a straight up New Zealand IPA. If this is the way it is, fine. If that's not the way it is, hey, we'll let you guys know.
Yep.
Or you can let us know. info@themaltinghour.com, all the other fucking social media stuff. Send us a message. We like when we get messages from everybody. It's nice.
Talk to us.
Please. Brandon and I can only say so much to each other. Overall, though, great National IPA Day. Fantastic.
Good lineup.
If they call the game, the Bears win, so that's good, too. We got that going for us.
Oh, did they call it?
If they do. They do. That looks like a serious storm that's going to be rolling through. I don't know if they're going to get back to the game. I don't think they're going to push a Hall of Fame game to, like, midnight.
Yeah.
That's insane. But overall, fantastic. Glad we got to do an IPA episode again. And everybody, thank you for listening, as usual. And Brandon, I love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
And we'll see everybody next week.
Bye.
Cheers. This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.